watching a master at work.
Since they have been born a ninja, they die a ninja.
Good morning, traders. Welcome back to another live stream. If you are new, my name is Zach. This is Real Deal Futures. Before we jump onto the charts, make sure you read what's on the screen on this beautiful, is it Thursday? Thursday, September 18th. Trading's risky. Most traders do lose money. I'm not a financial advisor. I do not provide financial advice. Nothing I say or do is a suggestion or recommendation to do anything at all. Make sure you do your own research, make your own trading decisions. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is. Even in funded prop accounts, and the affiliate and partnership disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content like Top 1 Futures, Code RDF, Bookmap, and others. Can't be unbiased if I stand to make money. Important for me to be transparent about that with you guys and for you to do your own research, make your own decisions. Markets are moving, man. Markets are moving. Why am I getting a little bit of this? Dang. Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's going on, guys? Why am I getting a little bit of this? 2 seconds, guys. I'm sorry. Good morning, Wolf, Jess, Cook, Andrew, JB, Scott. What's up, guys? Give me 2 seconds. Be right back. Interruptions right off the bat, man. What's up, guys? What's up, Andrew? What's happening? As long as you guys don't hear too much background noise, we should be good to go. Let's see what the market's got for us today, man. Let's see what this market's got for us today. We had FOMC yesterday, and what an FOMC it was here on ES, NQ, and YM. Quite an interesting move. Big back and forth, somewhat similar to what we usually get. Unfortunate to see, at least in my humble opinion, the really nice, beautiful trend through Asia and London that happened after FOMC, right? Rate comes in. We initially popped, sold off really aggressively into J-Powell speaking, recovered, kind of ended near VWAP, right? And then beautiful trend right off the open. I think that was similar across indices. If I remember, NASDAQ was weaker. Or Dow. Was it Dow that put a really wild wick? Yeah, pretty back and forth on all of these. Really back and forth on all of these. And then this nice trend to the upside, putting highs in through the overnight session. And now coming back down to correct. We did have some 8:30 a.m. news. Just taking a look at all the indices for you guys. Yeah, big wick down on NASDAQ and then huge recovery. 500 points, 2,000 ticks off that low from yesterday. Massive move. More similar in ES as well. 100 points from top to bottom. Looking at the move from yesterday, the news, all the way through the session today. Pretty interesting stuff. Taking a look at what we have today. We got through this. We don't need to look at your own, pal. We got through this red folder news at 8:30 a.m. unemployment. We've got a couple things the rest of the day, an FOMC speaker, but nothing. No, it's tomorrow. Nothing too crazy. Really nothing too crazy. News is out, and nothing too wild for the rest of this week. So I'm interested, man. I'm interested if we really start to just continue this trend to the upside. We pull back here and potentially start to move. Could absolutely see that coming into play today. Just to take a look at the daily chart with you guys, which I like to start on, get some analysis. Obviously, goes without saying, I don't need a zone. 400 points away from price right there. Very bullish. Very, very, very bullish. We're opening up here on this candle after that move to the upside after the close. Putting a high all the way up to 67.19 3/4. That's what I have marked on. Is that right? I thought I saw a different number. Yep. 67.19 3/4. Was it like MES? Maybe that I saw something just out of curiosity. Sorry, guys. Hang tight. Nope. It's the same high in micros. Okay. Anyway, push the high. We have a really small wick on this candle to the downside. Right here, it looked like there's nothing unless you zoom really, really, really closely in. But just super bullish, man. And we got our wick down here, really aggressively on that move. Closed a doji, and now pulling back on a green candle to open up for the day. This could be the just continuation of the market to the upside. We got past the news, cleaned out everybody that was long going into it, right? That kind of buy the rumor, sell the news event. And maybe we continue this trend for the rest of the week into next week. I could also definitely see us chopping, right? I could see some chopping, some rebalancing, right? We did have quite a big move here without any pullback. This could be an opportunity that, okay, news is in, bullish, right? Everybody gets positioned, whatever. But we start to see somewhat of a pullback before continuation, right? We usually just don't move directly to the upside without seeing some selling pressure like this. So we did get that here yesterday. So interested to see where we go from here. Going to stay flexible. These markets are absolutely wild, man. My bias, I'm going to try to remain flexible. For me personally, I tend to be carrying too much of a short bias just in general overall. I'm going to be cautious to try to not find myself in too many shorts, or at least significantly more shorts than long in a ripping uptrend. I just don't think that that's great trading overall for me personally. My data shows that. So, but overall, I'm going to try to stay flexible here. So far pulling back down below VWAP on this one. Going to load up the 15-minute and the 1-minute side by side. But first, I do like to take a look. Oh, what happened to my volume profile from yesterday? That's annoying. Just a little bit of chart review before I even start yapping to you guys in chat. Because I went over my trading quite a bit yesterday, kind of what I look for, how I trade, the tools that I use, my ideology. You can go back and watch the live session. I yapped for quite a while. Just to go over my chart markup, and I can say that I went over it today. I have price. My candlesticks are pretty much monotone. If you look closely, they're slightly gray for the red candles and all white for the green candles, right? Bullish versus bearish candles. Outside of that, and I'll be really specific, outside of that, I have 3 tools on my chart. VWAP, volume weighted average price with standard settings, this bad boy right here in the middle. The only thing I have changed is the color. I have visible range, volume profile, right? And I have a couple things changed on this. These are my actual settings, so this way you guys can go back, you can rewind, whatever. I have it moved over to the right a little bit, 25%. I have the point of control being a different color, the temporary volume point of control. And I have these adjusted a little bit just by way of color, really just kind of muting it out. I like a nice gray and black chart, if you can't tell by looking at my screen. The only actual input I have changed on here is row size, and that just makes it more granular, more detailed. The row size, when you increase the number here, the rows get smaller rather than these big blocky rows. That's visible range volume profile, displaying exactly what the name is, a visible range based on the amount of price action and market structure that I'm showing, a volume profile for that. Down on the bottom, traditional volume, standard volume, nothing done to that outside of color. They're all the same gray color. And then the only other thing I've been marking manually on my chart, which I guess can be considered a tool, are these volume profiles. And if I could run the indicator, which I can't on here, Project X just doesn't have it, I would run session volume profile. That's what this is. I'm just marking out for the entire day from the start of the session all the way out to the end of the session. And you get that tool the way you saw me do that right in here under the projections tab, fixed range volume profile. This is the same on TradingView as it is on Project X. So that's what we're looking at here. And then 3 sets of levels. 3 sets of levels when it actually comes to chart markup. Prior week high and low coming off the weekly candle. Prior day high and low coming off the daily candle. And then what I mark as overnight high and low, which is the only one that is even, out for debate. It's the Asia and London session low. But to be exactly precise, so you can mark these 3 levels the exact same way that I do on my chart. Weekly candle high and low, daily candle high and low, top and bottom of the wick. No debate there. And then overnight high and low is the price, the area that price trades from session changeover. As soon as we open up, 6 p.m. Eastern, you see it, 1800 hours for Eastern, all the way up until 9:30 a.m. Eastern, right? So here is our high and low for today. Here is our low, right? Coming right off of here. Here's our overnight low. And then here's our overnight high, right? Along with that, the only other thing you'll see on my chart is discretionary zones, just areas of interest that I might mark off. I'm doing a little bit less of it because I have volume profiles really in the areas where I would want to mark a zone. If I would want to mark another zone anywhere on this chart in between prior day high, prior week high, and overnight low down here, it'd be right here, right into the 6670s, right? That's what I'd be looking at. So that's my chart. It's my chart markup. If you guys have questions, why I use these things, about them, feel free to go ahead. I talked a lot about that yesterday. But if you guys have questions, feel free to ask. This is the Project X platform with Top 1 Futures. I'm sorry, let me just go ahead and scroll out so at least that can load. Project X platform with Top 1 Futures. I am trading a 7-pack of straight to funded Sim Pro accounts with that firm. That's what I got going on here. And what you see me doing right now is just running a 15-minute ES chart and a 1-minute side-by-side. The way this market's moving, man, I don't know that I need a why did this do this? I don't know that I need a where did my VWAP go? I don't know that I need a 1-minute chart is what I was going to say. Sorry. I mean to trail there. The 15-minute is, we're moving quite a bit in order to see what the heck's going on. Unless you're just trading 1-minute structure, maybe break and retest or breakouts, that type of deal. I think zooming out a little bit is going to be helpful in these markets. Why did I lose a VWAP here? Sorry, guys. All right, whatever. I'm not going to mess with it. I'm not going to go adding more tools and playing with it. I don't care. I can see it on the 15-minute. We'll have a cleaner 1-minute view. But yeah, man, this is looking very bearish. So looking at this price action, bullish overnight, right? News digested, very, very bullish overnight. Push to the upside, and here we are. Obviously, that 8:30 news came in bearish and then started to push us lower. We are really falling out of bed here. Really falling out of bed. I'm considering some longs. I would like this back up towards VWAP. I'm looking towards this. I don't know that we erase like the entire day today. I'm looking towards these 6660s, 6650s for a potential attempt to turn this around. I think we're approaching that pretty quickly here. I'm interested to see if the bottom just falls out even more on this or if we start to catch some buyers here. But so far looking very weak in this ES contract. If I take a look at just on second screens here, looking at trading view, yeah, NQ looking somewhat similar, selling off the open. Yeah, YM aggressively down. I like this long, guys. I like this long. I actually have believe I have a limit order set in YM for a long. If we come down into it, we will have to see. I'll probably hear some bells and whistles go off. But let's see what you guys got going on. Yeah, so first trade idea is long back towards VWAP. Unless we just completely melt and ruin this pop to the upside, which is absolutely something that could happen today. I think an area that we could start to find some buyers is really where we're approaching right now. But specifically down around these 6660s, about 10, 15 points lower than right now. I'd be looking to run this wide stop loss, wide take profit, something like a 20-point stop. If we have to just continue selling off all the way down towards the low of this news candle, I'd even might go micros today and just run this really wide. If we have to keep selling off, I think we just could continue to fall, continue to drop today. Let's see if we continue to push lower, man. This is Looking a little dicey here, chat. Looking a little dicey here. Taking a look at this on ES. Yeah, man. CVD still continuing to the downside. Nothing crazy. We're filling some orders down here. Not a super negative CVD. Not a super negative CVD. And down here, we got some buying pressure for sure. Definitely have some buying pressure. We are only, even with that drop off, this is supporting along for me. We are only negative 1100 right now. Quickly reversing, jumping back up. Cumulative volume delta is a readout between buy and sell volume. Right? Just exactly what it sounds like. Yeah, looking to the downside, I mean, this is not thin, not terribly thin to the downside. We got orders down towards this 6650. If we get one more push down, that's what I'd be cautious of, to try to find some buyers. If we continue to break down, which I don't think that we do, I think the bottom really is going to fall out on this thing, and we're all the way back down here to 6600. Down below that 6611 or whatever it was from yesterday. But we're starting to get some buyers here. Jumping CVD and getting some buyers off of these lows. Interesting. We just gonna come down and sniff that area. I don't want to miss out on a long opportunity, but I certainly do not want to get involved too early. 9:49 a.m. Eastern. Again, no crazy news coming out. This is some nice buy volume coming in. Heavy buy volume coming into this market. Not going to be a missed trade for me, but this is what I would like to have seen after getting long about 10 points lower than that low. That's what I was waiting for. This area of high volume to be tested. If we completely come back up, get back above VWAP, start to push to the upside, I'm really not going to like this. Close, really close for a nice aggressive entry off the open, but not yet. Not yet. Let's see what you guys got going on in chat. What's up, everybody? We got a bunch of people hopping on. Can't believe the YM and NQ are trying to go in one direction. Yep. Damn. Missing my long opportunity. Can't believe YM and NQ are trying to go in one direction. Howdy. What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Morning all. Morning, fellas. What's up? Zach, can't see your screen. You should be able to. Looks good on my end. I don't see anybody else complaining. I think that might be on your end, my brother. Good morning. Bro, just asking, do you have TikTok? No, I don't have TikTok. It's one of the only platforms that I'm definitely not operating on. Coming down to retest 6610. Yeah, that was someone calling for a huge sell-off. Yeah, I don't think so. I would have loved to be long on this. Right off of key levels, area of interest. This is yesterday's volume point of control. Dang, man. Yes. This one's going to be close. Not a missed trade. I got to wait patiently for my entry. Was waiting for an even more aggressive entry than this. But we could start to push here. I'm still looking at this that we potentially sweep lower a couple more times. We dance around this area of high volume, so I'm not counting it out just yet. But we'll have to see. We come back down again. I'm looking really below the 60s. That's my game plan. That's my game plan. Let's see what this market's got for us today. Appreciate you guys hopping on. JB's long from 66.75. Yep, we got a couple guys that got long in Discord, reading Discord as well. Brian getting long at 66.75. Brian getting long at 66.75 in ES. A couple other traders. Yeah, so I see a lot of people got long right around that area. A lot of people getting long right around that area. Let's see. Short at VWAP ES. Nice. Got someone getting short at VWAP. I saw someone read XOBY on the chat. Looking at MYM, waiting for a real signal. Just wait for the cross. Nice. Yeah, I'm getting some swing trading done on the live account on YM. Those set it and forget it. Trading some size. And then going for larger moves. It's fun stuff, man. Fun stuff. Trading the live account's fun. And I mean my live personal cash account, not live with a prop firm. Would like to be kicked live here with Top 1 Futures pretty soon. Let's see. Watching this thing come lower. Yeah, I'm going to be sitting patient for the 66.65s, 66.60s. Sweeping that overnight low level. That's what I'd like. Right into that area of high volume. But while we wait, I've had some people question and talk about live accounts. Let me show you this, guys. If we start to sell off, I don't want to be playing around, but I want to do a demonstration today. This is how you know if somebody's trading a live account. This is how you know, outside of them saying it's a live account, all that fun stuff. You could look for the symbol from TradingView or the platform that they are on to show live, that type of stuff. Broker statements are cool, but even that can be edited. I'll show you guys something fun, and it relates to order flow, and it actually helps me explain exactly what we're looking at on a bookmap chart. But I just want to see if we start to come down lower on this before I start messing around and do something fun with you guys today. Yeah, I'm going to hang on. For a second. Nice. Yeah, we got someone that got short at VWAP, targeted overnight low. Yeah, we'll see. What's up, Vanguard? What's happening? What's happening, guys? I wanted to play around on bookmap with you guys, but I'm gonna wait a tick here. Yeah, I'm gonna be waiting for it to come through. We can play around. All right. Here's how order flow works. Right. Here's how order flow works. Here's what we're looking at with bookmap chart as we start to get some volatility that comes into ES. Like I've talked about before, this is a depth of market, right? Somewhat of a traditional depth of market, not so much traditional because you don't see buy and sell on the left and right. We have our price chart right here, right? And I'm going to do this on NQ because it's just thinner. We have our price levels right here, right? Then you have your order book. You have quantity of orders on the book, resting orders on the book, right? And then we also have a bunch of volume tools. We have 1,000 other tools here on on Bookmap that you can use. But here's an interesting thing that you could take a look at, and a fun way to not only display this, but to talk about what happens in a live account when you're actually trading. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to a price level that doesn't have any liquidity at it, that does not have any resting orders at it, and in my live account, I'm going to throw a trade on. Right, I'm going to show you guys what it looks like to have an actual live account and the ability to see that on any order flow, right? So maybe some of you guys at home have a depth of market up, right? You have a DOM. If you do, go ahead and look at it, right? Let's go ahead and do this, chat. Let's go ahead and do this. Take a look at, let's pick a price level. Take a look at 24,921 here on Bookmap, right? 24,921. And you can watch this at home with any depth of market, right? Because this is a centralized market. The CME, where NQ trades, is a centralized regulated exchange, right? So the information on my depth of market chart right here should be the exact same as it is on yours. If there's a quantity of order resting at any level, we should all be able to see that. That's what level 2 data is. So let's take a look at 24,921, right? Wouldn't it be interesting? Wouldn't it be interesting if 5 NQ came on the book right there? Why am I not seeing it? 24,921. Show me. Hang tight, chat. Hang tight. I'm on the Z contract. Super interesting. Super duper interesting. Oh, hold on. I wasn't showing live. Hang on. There's my 24,921. 10. There's my 24,921. 5. Sorry, guys. Let's come back out. I wasn't showing live mark conditions. I'm like, wait a minute. Let's go way up here so I don't accidentally get filled for 10 NQ. We can play with this, right? Here's my 24,921, right? Wouldn't it be interesting if that order came off the book? Interesting, right, guys? So that's a way to take a look at how order flow functions. I'm doing that by placing a sell limit order on NQ in my live account, right? If you ever are questioning what type of account you're in, you can do that in your prop account, your demo account, and you won't see any order actually come on or off the order book because it's not in the live mark condition, right? It's not actually getting put on the book. But you guys should be able to see that the same way that I can see that on my chart on any depth of market, right? Also, maybe that's a demonstration that, here, let's have even more fun. Let's look at 9. You might say, hey, Zach, that's pretty cool. But what about 924? Because we want to see 924, and I think you're full of shit, and you should show us what 20 lot order looks like up there, right? There we go. Here's 924 with 20 on it, and we're going to go ahead and get rid of that so I don't actually get filled short with 20 minis. There we go. And then before my broker yells at me and says, what the hell are you doing? You're not supposed to be playing around in the order book like that. We're going to stop doing that. But a little demonstration, I hope maybe that can help explain kind of what we're actually looking at when it comes to order flow, and also a demonstration of what happens when you put buy and sell orders in on an actual live account. And if you wanted to look at what kind of account you're on, if you ever had a question of disputing that, right? That's one of the only real ways you can do that. You can show the tape also, right? When you're actually filled, that type of stuff, when you're actually getting filled in the market. But fun stuff. What's not fun is this market reversing here, guys. I wanted the effing long today. Yeah, this is just didn't pull down deep enough. For those that you got long, 675, well done. Well done. Very nice. I'm looking at a sweep of overnight low, prior week high, into another area of liquidity and, area of high volume for me to jump in long on something like that. Definitely looking for that dip right down into this area. Close, but no cigar. Here's the move back to VWAP. If we come all the way through these lows, do I really want it? Not really. Not really. This looks like the movement to the upside. You could absolutely take a continuation trade, with a stop loss down below that level, but this just ain't it for me, guys. Ain't it for me. Ain't it for me. Damn. Close. 8 to 10 points off an entry. That's how it goes. So I'm gonna sit patient on this one. Try not to do anything too crazy, but this is what I was looking for out of this market, man. Dang. Dang. Oof. Big CFD winner, $72. Another one. Nice. Scott trading some CFDs. Fair play, Scott. Trump and Stammer about to speak. News conference. Cool. Fair play. Just got 935 long on NQ off VWAP. Nice. Yeah, this looks strong. This looks super duper strong. Frustrating, man, because I had a lot lining up for a long down here. Just didn't get down to the level that I needed to see. It's within my trading time as well, like the area that I allow myself to start trading. Frustrating. But you got to have some approach, even with some discretion. You got to have something that you're waiting for, some tool that you're going to use, level on your chart, something. If that gets hit, great. Send it. If it doesn't get hit, not much to be done. Yeah, looking at where this was just in relation to yesterday's volume profile, I think it was right at yesterday's volume point of control. No, a little bit low. Yeah, a little bit low. Super frustrating. Gonna be one of those weeks, it looks like, for me. Setup at this point, this is, and why I start to sigh or kind of like, roll my eyes or say frustrating, that type of stuff, is because I now don't have a setup, right? And you know what you're waiting for. You watch, wait patiently, get ready to execute aggressively, right? As that starts to show up. And then I create more if-then statements and look at the chart and say, what's happening on the chart? Let me take a look now. Do I like this if we come all the way back down through this low nearly as much as I liked it before for a long? No, I don't. I don't at all. This was the move that I wanted to be in already, right? Pushing the upside back above VWAP, looking strong back towards that overnight high, maybe for a continuation of the upside on this daily candle. Just did not get my area of interest hit today. Didn't get my level for an entry, for a valid entry. Anything above that, me jumping in 10 points before the level, the area on my chart that I am waiting for, and I called out and I articulated why. It's not good trading. It's entering early, right? It's jumping the gun, being too anxious to get into the market. And if I do that and I'm in 10 points early and I get stopped out and the market reverses after stopping me out by 8 points and then continues in my direction, I'm not happy. I'm not happy at all, right? Even if I win, I'm not happy, right? Not super stoked on taking a trade that's outside of my, my parameters for entry. So, long way of saying sitting patient here. Sitting patient here. Got a bunch of call outs in the Discord. A lot of guys sharing trade ideas. If you guys want to hop in there, 100% free trading Discord. I'll drop you guys the link. Almost 2,000 members. No VIP, no course, no mentorship, none of that stuff. But what's been awesome is we have a ton of peeps in here nowadays sharing a lot, which is awesome. Yeah, this is going to be a short session for me, guys. I got nothing. I'm not going to short this now. That was the entry down around this level. Buyers took it higher before we got there. This is looking strong across CVD, strong across really every metric. Volume looks good. Straight shot to the upside. We are now 35 points off of this low. Would have made for a beautiful trade. Again, about 10 points. About 10 points to my entry level. That's how it goes. Didn't get it today. Gonna wait and see. A breakthrough VWAP on a push, something like that, like I talked about, as we were right here with a stop loss just down below that level, also would be paying you. I think that sets you up with a way worse risk structure than waiting for a really aggressive entry off of key levels. But didn't provide me with an entry today. Close, really close, near the open, but no cigar. Let's see. Missed my level two, brother. Not chasing, but this sucks. Yep. I mean, it's how it goes, right? You're not going to be in every move. You can only wait for your level to get hit and, enter off of it or whatever tools you use. That's the only thing you know how to do, or I know how to do. If you jump in before or after, right, you're either late or you're early. If you apply some discretion, you allow for some discretion the way that I do, you can be a little bit flexible, but there's certain points that just end up like this. Just ends up like this. Oh, man. Bro, sometimes this guy freezes, doesn't move for like a minute. Got me thinking the stream froze. Yeah, sometimes I'll lock in. Could be your stream, though. Sometimes I'll lock in. Usually I start staring at Bookmap or something. I stop yapping for a minute, and I lock in. So usually the stream health is pretty good, though. Yeah, man. Is there a bid at 67.10 on Bookmap? Yeah. Yeah, there's some sell orders up there. There's some sell orders. There's 218 on Bookmap up there. 221 at 67.10. Then some more at 67.17 and a half ish. Not a lot once we get outside of this. Really not a lot up here to the upside. So, maybe we pull a wild rejection and just turn this into a bearish day, but that would be extremely counter to what we've been doing. So I don't know that I have a setup coming, guys. I know when I have a setup. I know what my setup looks like. I know what I'm waiting for. And then I know when I don't have one coming, which is, I think, good. At very least, be clear on what you're looking for. So, frustrating nonetheless. Oh, man. Let's see. Yeah. Making a sandwich. Only clocked a 15-minute mark. You guys are funny. What's up? Hola, peeps. Yeah, let me know what you guys are looking at. We got a lot of chatter in Discord. Let me know what you guys are looking at in the live. Long, short, waited for an entry and didn't get it like me. About to get something. Always interested to hear. Looked like a lot of the same from Discord. NQ, ES, a lot of people getting long on that pullback. A lot of people getting long on that pullback. Oh man. Let's see. Chat. When's the giveaway? I don't know, man. You're going to have to hang out. Wait and see. I run them random days, random times. Random days is not really worth too much because we've been doing them every day. Yesterday we did 4 giveaways on the stream. But part of it is you got to be here. You got to be here to catch the forum. So random days, random times. That's when the giveaway is. Not happy with my trade. Put on too many contracts. Yeah, don't over leverage it. You end up with outsized wins and end outsized losses. That's kind of how that goes. Find what you're comfortable with, right? Risk per trade, and then position size accordingly. That's a key to being a good risk manager. Yeah, man, this looks like the pullback off the open, clean everybody out, and then the blast up higher, man. Yeah. Yep. Similar on looking at YM, similar on NQ all the way back to the high. Even more bullish on NQ all the way back through the high. Oh, ES, man. ES. Not working nicely with me. Really not playing nice with me. But that's part of it, man. This is how accounts are blown. Need to lock that down and top on futures. Yeah. It's next year when we get our emails fast. You guys are funny. Yeah, man. Set the percentile loss limit and percentile profit target, right? We talk about that a lot. I won't go on that rant, but percentile loss limit, percentile profit target. This way, if you do get yourself into something that's like vastly oversized, at very least, you take your L and then you're locked out. That type of deal. But that's a killer. Over trading, revenge trading, trading outside of your system, right? Oversizing, over leveraging. That's kind of like the classic mistakes that people decide to make for forever, myself included. Not good. Just reading a couple of things, guys. A couple messages. Oh. Yeah, man. Trash for me today. Such a clean play, but just didn't get to my spot. Man. What do you guys think? All the way through the highs on this one, or some kind of crazy sell-off? Let me know what you guys think in chat. Just making espresso myself. Nice. Yep, I had some coffee this morning. Caffeinated. Can you teach me strategy? Yeah, Vinay. On these live sessions, every dang day, I talk about strategy. I talk about my approach. I try not to repeat exactly what I do and how I do every single time in between them, but you can go back through and watch hundreds of hours of me trading. You can watch some of my YouTube videos where I break it down. You can hop in the free Discord, the 100% free trading Discord. Today, specifically, here's my strategy. Here was my strategy today that got really close to providing me a beautiful entry, but not enough. Push into the upside overall, super aggressively, right? Here's how we start. Higher time frame levels, continuing to the upside. Really, really nice. Looking at today, would have loved to find a way in long, right? Building some context from the news cycle that I've been talking a little bit more about, even though I'm not a fundamental-based trader. FOMC, we had a lot of anticipation of this craziness, some choppy consolidating market ahead of that, maybe some selling, maybe some buying. After we get through this and we push to the upside, that to me looks like markets absorbed it. We're ready to move higher. We get a really nice pullback, really aggressive pullback. For me, I was looking at these 60s, the 66 60s. Why? It's right down below overnight low, prior week high, yesterday's volume point of control, right into the middle ground of this zone here. While we tapped the top of it, that to me wasn't enough for today. Just tapping the top of this area of high volume wasn't enough. Was waiting for this thing to come down another, let's say 8 to 10 points would have given me an area for entry. And then look aggressively long, wide stop loss, wide take profit, right? Was talking about 20 points. This would have been a banger. That's my strategy. Price action, market structure, volume, a little bit of order flow, mostly volume from the order flow tools that I use, honestly. Today, no trade, right? I wait for my strat, or at least so far, right? We're not even an hour into the session. Wait for my area, right? A level on the chart, area of interest, support, supply, demand, order block, whatever random name you want to give a price level that you think is going to come into play, area of high volume to get hit. And that would have been a really aggressive entry. I really wouldn't have been waiting for anything at all down there. So close today, but no entry. Frustrating to watch, difficult to watch the market rip, 35 plus points in the direction that you wanted to trade after being near your zone, your area, right? That's how it goes sometimes. I have areas, zones, entries that play out really beautifully. I have areas where I'm close like this. I have areas where, they don't play out too nicely, right? That's just part of trading. Market's going to move aggressively day in and day out. You got to find your spots to enter, stick to some approach. If I enter every single day, if I say I'm waiting for the 60s, and then every single day I enter at 73 or 75, 15 points before price gets to my level, I'm jumping the gun, right? And I'm going to have plenty of days where I get cooked and say, well, if I had just waited for my level to get hit, my stop loss would have been wide enough and this would have been a nice W. You might look through your data and note, not that this is for me at all, but you might look through your data and note, well, I'm placing my zones, my areas of interest in different spots, and I'm noticing that price tends to move through them by 10, 15 points, and maybe they should be a little bit, wider than where I'm placing them. Or, hey, price tends to get really close to my levels sometimes or oftentimes, more often than not, and I'm a little bit aggressive. I'm a little bit low or high for sells or longs, on where I'm placing my areas of interest, right? Support, resistance, supply, demand, whatever that is. And maybe you adjust, right? You adjust from there. But yeah, that's the strategy for today. That would be my approach. Don't really like to call it a strategy. I think strategy implies that you have a really objective, if X then Y. I call it an approach to the markets. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Wolf says sell off. Come on, Bears. Let's go. Really? Today, Wolf? Sell off? You think? All right, here, ready? I'm going to do the poll. I got to know. We're going to do an ES poll. Let's say 67. Let's say 67.40 or 66.50. Where do you think we're headed? I'll make it a little bit wider. I'll make it even. 67.50 or 66.50. You think we're headed to the upside here in ES? We're going to blast off, continue this, rocket higher. You think we're going to turn around up here, sweep an overnight high, maybe just find some sellers up here and start to trade this to the downside. For me, there's no short. There's no short on this for me today. Nothing. Does that mean we can't absolutely sell off and turn from here? Sure, man. We could put a wild reversal in. This was my movement, right? And I just didn't get my area of interest tapped into, right? This would have provided a great trade off of anywhere in here, obviously, but just not my level. Showing a lot of strength. Do I think we could chop today? Do I think we could come back down and test this area of interest, this area of high volume, settle down here? Sure, absolutely. It would be after a really strong, higher time frame trend, bullish movement overnight, wick down below VWAP, a ton of buying pressure all the way back up to the highs at all-time highs. Shorting this up here without having some really good reason to do so, I just don't have an entry. I don't have a way to, outside of just say, this is the top. I'm going to throw a wide stop loss in, and, I think it's going to reverse, which could absolutely happen. I just don't think it's a great trade, at least for me. We'll have to see. This thing just continuing to push highs, continuing to push higher here after this turn, back through VWAP, looking super duper strong. MQ trade rock. 67.10 worked as a pullback. I don't know what we were calling out there, but I know the short play off of VWAP didn't. Maybe you caught something in here. You caught this little movement, maybe. But no worries. Didn't miss nothing, but you missed Nutty Prez. Balls of steel shorting this. Yeah, man. Listen, you gotta know your approach, know your strategy. If yours is, sweep of a high, sweep of a level, whatever reason to get short, send it, right? It's probably not going to trade in a straight line all day. There's going to be plenty of days where it looks extremely bullish and we get huge reversals to the downside. You just have to trade your system, right? I enter pretty aggressively. I enter pretty aggressively counter to what price is doing right then and there. And a lot of times it looks like you're trying to catch a top, catch a bottom. You get cooked really quickly on some of those aggressive entries. Why are you shorting a high? Why are you trying to buy a low? Those things come into play. But you just got to stick to your system, your approach. If it's calling for a short, do your thing, man. This thing could dump right now, right? And again, oftentimes, the obvious thing to not do is the perfect thing to do. We know the market loves to move in this very tricky, difficult to follow way. When a trade is too crowded and it's the same direction and it's as clear as day, often that doesn't play out. We could do anything at any time for any reason. That's the saying that I've really liked this year. So, whatever your system calls for, man. I never look at anybody else's trading. Maybe if it's like really repetitive and there's a couple things that I would look and say like that's you're kind of putting on a what not to do seminar here. But the very few, when someone's just executing their approach, do I look at it and go, that's crazy. That's the wrong thing to do. I watch people pull insane. What I look at is wildly insane moves, and they just execute day in and day out, and they make money. It was fun. I traded on Top Step TV quite a bit in the past, and one of the interesting things there is I'd be trading with a whole bunch of other traders live who were doing different things, right? Same thing when I went to Tampa. We traded with a bunch of different traders live that were doing a whole bunch of different things. And a lot of times you're taking conflicting movements, or you're taking questions from the chat or the audience, and people are saying like, why would you do that? Why would you do that, right? And it just doesn't align with them. It doesn't align with their approach, right? But that's okay. That's okay. So that's the thought process. Hesitate on T Bull YM, but pretty big butt, Mr. Bear. Yeah. Morning, everyone. Short to 200 EMA from VWAP. Put the write up in Discord. Yeah, do your thing. Breach the market. I've seen markets go up a single way like this, hold for a couple hours, and then slam back down like crazy. It'll be fun if that happens today. But for now, I don't have a setup. Gotcha, Wolf. Yeah. Still alive and up on the new 25K. Whopping $38. Nice. Scott's putting some small profits in. Nice. Yeah, this is looking like one of those weeks, man. Nothing crazy. Not a whole lot to write home about one way or the other, but not a whole lot of profit, man. Yep. YM all the way back up to the highs. I'm gonna have to go back and take a look, but I know I have a limit order that didn't fill in YM. Damn. Well, here we go, chat. Looks like poll says 91%, 67.50. You guys are looking long all the way up. Nice. I would agree. I think we could sweep the high and come all the way back down. I could certainly see that as a possibility, but sending a couple of messages. I'm just looking at a couple things, guys. Crazy, man. Crazy. Frustrating, but crazy. Anyway, all right. I think you guys know what time it is. I don't have a setup coming. I could see it already. So I don't love to sit in front of the screen if I just don't have anything that I could see in the foreseeable future, like over the next, reasonable amount of time that'd be setting up for me. Maybe a pullback and a continuation, maybe a crazy sell-off and some structure lower, to set me up. So we're gonna get ready for a giveaway. If you guys don't know, I like to run giveaways on these streams. Oh yeah, there we go. Duck races. Gonna get ready for a giveaway. I think you guys know what the deal is. You gotta run the likes up, chat. You don't have to do anything, right? Free means free. You could hang out here for as long as you want, but I call out when I like to run these giveaways, and it's based on a like count. You guys hit it out of the park yesterday. Absolutely smashed it yesterday. I'm not going to go with anything crazy because we got view counts that are a little bit lighter here. Actually, it's not bad. Just YouTube's a little bit light. 40 on X. But, handful on Kick. Let's go ahead and go for, what did I say, 90 yesterday? We did 90. We got like 187 that have hopped on and off. It's still early, but let's go ahead for, let's go for 60. Let's go for 60 likes on YouTube. I see you guys on X. I think that helped out yesterday, so I'm going to do the same thing because we ran it up yesterday. Let's go for 60 likes. We're going to do a giveaway at 60 likes. Yes, I recognize we have people that cycle on and off here. And we didn't have, I don't know if we had 90 on at one point at all yesterday. We had like over 100 likes. Giveaway at 60 likes. Go ahead and smash the like button. We'll see if we can't run that bad boy up. Have some fun, do some duck races as I have to sit here and watch an entry, a trade that I got very close to my entry, rip in the direction of my what I would like to have been trading without me. But that's how it goes sometimes, chat. So X, Twitter peeps, I see you. I see all 40 of you. In the live chat is the link to YouTube. You guys want a part of the giveaway? Come on over here. Come on over. Smash the like button. We'll get this form to drop. Go ahead and get this one ready for you guys. Give me a minute while we get this form ready. Fun live session yesterday, man. Took a W. Held my trade when majority of the chat was asking why I didn't close. Can't you just close it? Why don't you just close it? Go stop loss to break even. I should have held it even longer, honestly. Should have held it way longer. Would have been even a larger profit. But about as much as that choppy back and forth that I could take before the sell-off that we grabbed a nice W. And then we ran quite a few giveaways yesterday for FOMC Day. Go ahead and get this form ready to roll for you guys. Oh, excuse me. All right. Form ready to roll. You guys know the drill. We're going to be giving away, I don't know what accounts we're going to get given away. We're going to decide on the fly. We're going to get given away some accounts. If you guys want to check out Top 1 Futures, the accounts that the firm that I'm trading with, technically neither of these two are the accounts that I'm trading with, but this deal is ending this weekend. The Ignite automatic funded accounts, the cheapest accounts in the industry, $25K for $89, $50K for $149. That's ending this week. If you want to check out my preferred account type, I'm a fan of the widest, most in favor of the trader rules for the higher price tag. That's just me, right? You saw me showing you a little bit of the live account. Having the ability to trade quite a large size in a live account, is going to be different than somebody that has, a couple $100 to their name that's looking to, to get into the futures market, maybe just get their feet wet and try to limit their downside risk, right? So different accounts, different options for different people. This is the instant funded account, 40% off. 25K is $239, 50K is $389. They have the 100 and the 150K. You can copy trade up to 5 of the 25K or the 50K. Code RDF is going to get you the best deal for either one of these if you want to check it out. Link is in the chat. Boom. There we go, chatty chat. I'll throw it in Kick for you guys as well. I'll even throw it on X for you guys, because we got more and more people hopping on X. But again, X, we are waiting to run a giveaway. You guys want to get this form to drop 60 likes. That's what we're gonna wait for. But in the meantime, trying to get you guys on X more fun stuff. Here is the link, X, in the YouTube live. Oh, excuse me, the Twitter live chat for 50% off. Top 1 futures, code RDF. Let's see what we can do. But these are the bad boys that I'm trading outside of the live sessions. I've come off of the 50Ks. I think, just to talk about these accounts a little bit more, I think the 50K, here, I'm going to pull it up for you guys, because I'm going to show you why I did what I did. Show you why I do what I do. This is some sauce. This is some prop firm sauce for you guys. And this is kind of similar at other prop firms, if you're not aware. This is some juice, right? Oh, so here's the top 1 site. Let me see if you guys can see this. Here's some juice for those of you guys that trade with prop firms. This is the instant funded account. As you can see, the prices are higher. The code RDF always going to get you the best deal. As good or better than what's on the site, 40% off. So these are the instant funded accounts, right? The best rule set, widest rule set, no intraday trailing drawdown, no equity stability score, instant funded, no activation fee, all that fun stuff. But here's, I think, what's important to note, right? Depends on your goals. And if your goal is to work yourself towards your first prop firm payout, for the most part, at Top 1 and any other firm, the 50K account provides you a really, really, really good opportunity. Different than just the price being cheaper, the max loss limit and the profit targets, and then how much you get to take out of that account is a better overall ratio on the 50K. There are some obvious drawbacks. Well, let me talk about that, right? So if you take a look at, compare these side by side, the 50K and the 150K, right? It's not triple, right, to get into the 150K price-wise, but it's also not triple on the max loss limit, right? On the 50K, you have a $2,000 max loss limit, and you have to put up $3,000 in order to take a $2,500 payout. That's the max loss limit, profit target, and then how much you stand to withdraw. On the 150K, there's some advantages, right? You're able to trade larger size. You objectively have more room to work. You can take a larger payout as a whole, but look at the ratio. You have a $4,500 max loss limit, end of day, trailing max loss limit. You have to put up $9,000 on that $4,500, and then you're taking out a $3,500 payout, right? So if you look at the max loss limit to profit target, it's best on the 50K. And if you look at the amount that you stand to withdraw, if you make it to that profit target, although it's larger on the 150K, the ratio is better, right? You're taking $2,500 out of $3,000 profit, one of the best in the industry, actually, at that number, and you're taking $3,500 out of $9,000. Now, this is similar at other firms. If you look at, Top Step, for example, similar profit target to drawdown ratios. This is not some secret, right? And, just different advantages and different disadvantages of the accounts. So, I think if you are looking to put less money on the line, you're more of a beginner, you want to work yourself towards your first payout, or maybe you're still struggling and you kind of just want to start stacking some payouts. I think the smaller account sizes, specifically the 50K, because I think the 25K is just really tight, are not a bad option. If you're more experienced, you've taken a couple payouts, you want to work yourself towards larger payouts, you want more room to work, you want to be able to trade larger size, and very important, you want to set yourself up for the best opportunity for a live account. The 150Ks are the way to go, right? No questions asked. So for me, trading the 150K instant sim funded individually and slightly more aggressively, I think is the best path to a live account with Top 1 and majority of other prop firms out there, right? You're able to take more from the larger accounts to a live account. You have more room to work to build that buffer off the bat. If you can get yourself into an end-of-day trailing drawdown that locks at the at the balance plus 100 or something like that, I think that sets you up to scale really well, and then take a large amount to a live account. So different goals. So for me personally, I think the easiest accounts to get payouts from here and then at really any other firm, 50Ks. Overall, just by profit target to drawdown ratio, price of the account, all that fun stuff. Size you could trade relative to drawdown. As far as being able to trade larger size, make more money, take larger payouts, if you're going to get kicked to a live account, what's the better option there? 150Ks for sure. And, again, for top one, where you're considered from one account, it behooves you, if you're not, really caring about payouts on the way to your live account, to trade the 150Ks. So outside of, just to talk about that, outside of the 7 straight to funded Sim Pro 150Ks that I've been trading painfully break even with you guys for months now, and I'm going to do a whole video on it. I'm going to break it down. I told you I was going to trade these all the way to, max loss or profit target. And, we're just back and forth at break even. Small profit, few $1,000s, drawdown, few $1,000s, profit, back and forth. I think I'm a couple $100s in the red right now across all of these copy traded. What I'll say about that is I'm happy to display good risk management. I'm happy to be able to display if I was trading a live account, which I do. When I go through periods where the market's just not agreeing with me, I don't just rip through accounts. Is this the approach that I would take if you were looking to work yourself towards payouts and, a live account, relatively fast, and your focus was on prop firm payouts? No, I think this is too conservative, right? That's just my thought. I think you're able to, lose an account or two on the way to a payout faster. But that's what I'm doing live with you guys here. I said I was going to do it, so I'm sticking to my guns. But outside of that, which I think is important to talk about, trading the 150Ks, right? I had some 50Ks. Again, wanted to just kind of test everything. I love testing any firm that I'm promoting across all different account types. So I was trading the 150K, the 50K instant fundeds, transitioning to all 150K instant fundeds. I'm going to trade those more aggressively, working towards not a prop firm payout, right? Not a payout, but building a huge buffer and getting kicked to a live account, right? It's at the firm's discretion when you get moved to a live account, right? Here's some things that would, here's the effing turn on ES. I don't have a setup on this, but here's some things that would incentivize them or want them to encourage them to move you live faster. Obviously, if you're taking multiple payouts, right? If you're taking multiple payouts from the same account, they want to kick you to a live faster. Also, if you put a lot of profit up in any one account, they are going to want to move you to a live faster. It's beneficial for you because you have a big starting balance in a live account, which if you have an option, you would always obviously want to start with the largest balance, right? But they know that if you build a ton of buffer and you have, for example, $15,000, $20,000 in one account, it's very hard for you to lose that, and you're very likely to continue to work towards multiple payouts in that same account because you don't have a $4,500 max loss limit. You have a $15,000, $20,000 plus max loss limit, right? It would take an insane blow up, to lose that account. So oftentimes, same at other firms, right? We saw this a lot from Top Step. You put a lot of profit in any one account, they kick your ass to the live account, right? They don't just let you run the game in sim. But, that's kind of the thought process. Depends on your goals. We talked about this a lot. Where you're at with your trading, experience, capital allocation. I think, what best suits you as far as what accounts you trade, how to approach prop firms. The other one that I'm not talking about is just the straight up sim farming route, ripping through accounts, copy trading a zillion, playing the game, trying to work yourself towards huge prop firm payouts rapidly by, leveraging the ability to hit the reset button. I see that game coming to an end. I definitely don't advocate for it. Definitely doesn't fly at top one and majority of other firms. Some seem to just not care as much as others. And you can, if you have capital, you could just not trade and exploit the ability to smash the reset button, essentially exploit the policy. But I don't think that sets you up for being an actual trader. I think it just sets you up for being a prop firm sim farmer, which can be lucrative for a short time before you get the boot, which you see for most of those guys. But I don't think it makes you a good live trader, which is why I think most of those guys don't trade live accounts, right? If they could, they would. They usually blow up, or they intentionally blow up to get back to sim, that type of stuff. But what do I know? I'm just an idiot here yapping on YouTube. So anyway, those are my thoughts on prop firms. Some of my approach, just different thoughts and considerations. We got 48 likes. Yeah, you guys are light today. You guys are light. I said 60. I said 60 here, guys. We run it up to 60. I'll hang out with you guys. There we go, 50. We run it up to 60 likes. We'll drop a form for a giveaway for a top 1 futures account. We'll run some duck races. Yeah, form ready to go. Duck races ready to go. Selling off up here. We'll see. Oh. Let's see. What's up, guys? What's going on, chat? Yeah, you guys are heavy on the longs. We had a poll in chat going. There you go. Almost 60 likes, and we'll get the form drop. See you guys chatting a bunch of random stuff. Don't YOLO the accounts. Yeah, definitely don't YOLO the accounts. Let's see. Yeah, you guys talking about diving with sharks. For those of you that don't know, I've dove with sharks quite a few times. You can watch some of the reels and stuff from that. But my presentation in Tampa, I showed a bunch of pictures. Diving with bull sharks out of Jupiter, Florida, free diving, really just snorkeling, was one of the gnarliest experiences of my entire life. It was horrifying. It's really horrifying. But it was cool, really cool. Yeah, you guys are all over the place on chat. That's cool. Let's see. Let's see. Where you guys at? Oh, there you go. You ran it up. Giveaway form getting ready to drop in the chat as I watch this market start to turn, come back down. Yeah, not heavy CVD. Negative 4,700 is interesting to watch, but I got nothing on this, guys. No long entry, and now I just don't have it. So, what do? We give some accounts away while we hang out and talk about the market because no trades on. Let's go ahead and run it. Form in the chat for you guys is live. Let's run it. X. Here's what I'll do for you guys. Twitter. You guys have 1 retweet, 2 likes, and there's 44 people watching. Here's what I'll do for you, Twitter. If one more person hits the like button, if one of you 44, or maybe 41 that haven't liked it yet, if one person hits it, I'll drop the form for you guys. Yeah, I keep the bar really, really low for you guys. Really low. If one more person hits the like button on X, we'll drop it for X. I try to do the right thing, guys. I try to be non-discriminatory across platforms. But that one's always funny to me. Well, let me go ahead and get that form. Otherwise, you can just hop on YouTube or Kick, and you don't have to do anything. So you really don't have to do anything. I'll give you guys the out. And the link to YouTube is in the chat if you guys want to hop on YouTube. I can't read or see anything really from that stream, unfortunately. But we'll see. It's giveaway time, guys. Go ahead, get the form filled out. Nope, nobody wants it on X. Not even one of you guys. Go ahead, get the form filled out. It's giveaway time. I'm going to give you guys about 10 minutes. Remember, only fill it out one time. Don't spam the form. Don't use your mother's and your brother's and your grandma's email. None of that stuff. And you got to be on the giveaway. Excuse me. You got to be on the live session if you win to claim it. That's part of the deal. Part of the deal. Oh, let's see. Next thing, delete the wings. Tampa go buck. I know a dive operator, Jupiter. I like seeing them in natural habitat, not when they feed them. Yeah. Ooh. Randy got his hand bit one year. That's sketchy. I would prefer also natural habitat for this conversation. We trailed onto a non-trading conversation here, but that's okay. I'd prefer just to go diving, right? Just to go regular diving. And if you see some, it's cool. I think the funnest experience I had with sharks diving was in the Bahamas last year. I'm hoping to go back soon. It was super, super cool. Small sharks that are like puppy dogs. That's what they kept calling them because they like follow you around. Super, super cool. Super cool. Who said the Bears were out of town? Yeah. Coming down, Wolf. Coming down. There it is. Ramasam. Why does Austin seem like big time? No. Austin's not a. Austin's very, very far from a sim farmer. Very far. How do I put this without? I'm not even gonna stick my neck out. I don't care that much, but it's usually pretty easy to tell, guys. It's usually pretty easy to tell. The signs are usually, huge prop firm payouts. If they share any equity curve, it's a huge shot to the upside, not showing any losses. Copy trading tons of accounts, from the same firms at the same time. Like, why would you need to pass like 30, accounts at the same time if you're only going to be able to trade maybe 3 or 5 of them at a clip? You're going to rip through them, no live accounts, that type of stuff. But no, not at all. Health is key. I blew my for a few years ago. I haven't been able to really recover. Gotcha. There goes our short-term bear. Yeah, man, selling off. Market turning. Done for the day, thank God. And accounts green. Yeah, it's a tricky week, guys. Tricky week. FOMC week. It's a tricky week. Yeah, man. Like I said, not for me. Shorts today, not for me. But here you go. Maybe a big choppy range day. Maybe a pullback to VWAP. Like I said, man, if your system's calling short, there it is. Not for me. In no way am I following my approach if I'm getting short after a big pullback and a lot of buying pressure all the way back up towards the highs. After putting all-time highs in, FOMC day where we rally after market close in the middle of a really, really strong uptrend on higher time frames. I take plenty of shorts. What would have maybe been a short play for me today if instead of selling off, we like popped off the open, swept highs, maybe popped higher and then started to come back down, or, popped, swept the high and then really aggressively come down through VWAP, like super aggressively. But as a whole, I really wasn't looking short today at all. But nice. They follow me when I hunt lionfish. Yeah. Team Bear. There you go. Listen, I don't know, man. I think you guys are in the wrong market, Team Bear. I think you guys got to find some. You got to find some like choppy Forex pairs or something, or something that is just constantly some higher time frame trend to the downside. I think there's there's a lot of times in the US indices where we have gnarly corrections, right? Gnarly sell-offs. I don't know, man. Being a bear in this, I think this is kind of tough. I don't know. Being a bear in this type of market is tough. Like this is some easy trading for you guys. I know there's plenty of pullbacks, but I think that could be tough, right? Just consecutive green days, pushing highs. But you guys are making it work, so do your thing, man. And again, if I look at my charts, I really don't like to say it. I end up taking more shorts than I do longs. I end up carrying what I call an unhealthy short bias. I've reflected on it. I've journaled it. I don't know exactly why it sticks. I've come up with a few potential thought processes, carrying over, not being able to trade short side when I first started trading. The way that the market moves, escalator, stairs up, escalator, elevator down, that type of stuff. Oh, there you go, Twitter. You hit the like button. Look at that. Look at that. There you go. See, I'm a man of my word. 53 on here. It's giveaway time. There you go, Twitter. Giveaway is, sorry, let me get the form up. Giveaway form is live in the chat. It's live in the chat on YouTube. It's live in the chat on Kick and X now. Go ahead, get that one filled out if you like. You don't have to do anything. Free means free. But it's gonna be for some duck races. Gonna give away I think a top 1 futures account today. I'm not gonna go crazy. Does Project X have multi-time frame like the 30-second and 2 minutes? My bad, never used it. Yeah. I think they have second-based charts. I don't really know, actually. Yeah. There's a 30-second chart for you. For the person that asked, here's your... they even have tick charts, which is pretty cool, which TradingView doesn't have. But they got your second charts here, second-based charts. Oh, sorry, Mr. Foucault. I'm so terrible. Son of a Discord, but I can't find the time to get over it. There for this community. Nah, you're good. I don't know why, but I see shorts more clearly. I struggle long. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I think for me, listen, if you're trading the U.S. indices and you like gun to your head, someone said, you can only go long or short. I don't think that I'm picking short, right? I would pick long. It begs the question why I end up in more shorts, knowing that I have a worse hit rate on them, right? Especially in an upward trending market over the last couple months. I try to journal. I try to dig in. And I think, I just talked about it, but I think it comes from, because I think maybe if you understand where things come from, right? Performance-based errors, you can kind of correct it. You can reflect on it and say, okay, well, that doesn't make sense. It's not helping me. It's hurting me more than it's helping me. Let me try to correct that. I think it comes from those two spots. I think it comes from when I came over to Forex, I was like a kid in a candy store because I could hit the sell button and go short, and I didn't have to be a long only trader, right? And it was just that expression of wanting to be able to do something in the past where I'd seen all these great short plays and I thought if I had just hit the sell button, how much money I would have made. So I think it came from that. And also the way that price tends to move, right? Just not today, because we're getting a lot of even back and forth here, these slow trending drifts. But in general, if you go back and look at price action market structure, right, the sell-offs are violent. They are rapid declines oftentimes, where when we trend to the upside, oftentimes it's just this choppy, slow drift, right? So I think maybe just viewing that for so long can start to create some kind of a bias. But, acknowledge it, see where it comes from. And, if you're a short-based trader, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If you're a bear, team bear, but take a look at your stats. That's what I would say, right? You probably have some approach, some tools that you use, whatever it is. When you take, what quantity of shorts are you taking versus longs? That's number one, right? Are you dead down the middle? Are you almost a long only trader? There's plenty of guys, right? More so than short, that they're always looking long, right? They're buying every dip And I know if the market sold off, they hit a DLL almost every time, you know. But if you look at your, short versus long numbers, your statistics, right? What percentage, what is your hit rate, your win rate on shorts? What's your win rate on longs? And then what's your average risk to reward, right? And if the data is screaming at you, hey, you are way better on shorts, for example, you end up green on 70% of shorts and you can't hold longs for the life of you. You end up red, right? Your win rate is like 40%. Maybe you lean into that, right? Maybe you try to understand why. You look at your entries, your exits, right? Your whole trade management, and you lean into being, kind of a more long only or short only trader, or at least maybe become more cautious the way that I have on being too aggressive on one side and recognizing that is not paying you as well as the other side, that type of deal. But that just comes from looking at your data. And I don't think you need a crazy spreadsheet or anything nuts, man. Screenshots, position tools, go back through, look at your trading data on Project X. But I think a weekly review, monthly review, those things can be super, super helpful. Once you start to really fine tune what your actual approach is, your strategy is, your risk management. All right, guys, we still got responses rolling in. I'll be right back. Going to give you guys another minute here. Get this form filled out. When I come back, giveaways getting shut down, and we're going to run some duck races. All right, chat. Giveaway form. It's getting turned off in a minute. Let's get the ducks loaded up, man. Let's get the duck race loaded up. Let's see. Let's see what we got. Giveaway form is done. Dunzo. All right, we're good. Gave you guys plenty of time on that one. Let's get this duck race loaded up. Let's see. We got about almost 70 ducks going in the gate today, guys. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you're going to find out in a minute. Give away some we give away prop accounts on these live streams. Make sure I'm not doxing everybody. I try to make sure that nobody spammed the form. I don't think you guys did. If you did, I'm gonna catch you on the back end and then just ban you. Make sure that you don't come in here and ruin it for everybody. Let's see. Nice. You guys all played nice today. Market. Yeah, market came all the way back down to VWAP. What do you think, Team Bear? To those of you that were calling out sell off, you guys think we're coming back through VWAP? Out of curiosity, how strong is your conviction to the downside? You guys think we're about to sell off here today? That was just a fake out long. That initial movement to the downside is going to play out. I'm curious. I'm curious to hear. But in the meantime, y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. This is for chat. A 50K Ignite automatic funded account. Remember, if you guys want to check these accounts out, link is pinned in the chat. They are going away, not just the deal, but Top 1 Futures is pausing them all together. They're going away this weekend. I can't remember if it's Friday, as in tomorrow night, or if it's on Sunday. But they are going away. So if you want to check it out, link is in the chat. Link is everywhere. Code RDF if you want to support the stream. Support me, support yourself, support more duck races. But remember, guys, do your own research, make your own decisions. Definitely make sure that the account, that you're looking for is the right option for you specifically. That's the most important. If you do nothing else, do that, right? So, I was trying to fix the banner here. What the hell? Come on, banner. Sorry, guys. So everybody always says, I can't see the time. There we go. Okay. 2 minutes on the clock. You got to be here to claim it. 50K. Ignite. Automatic funded account. Let's run it. Good luck, everybody. Good luck. Hope I get to see my duck today. It's a big pack, so, people get overlaid. Quack, quack. Here's hoping my chicken can swim. We got a bunch of emojis. Wow, what's up? Looking for continuation downside. Okay, Scott's looking to the downside. There we go. Close, guys. I do it, like I say, random times on the streams, right? Random times. Sometimes it's early, sometimes it's late, but it's for catching it on here, right? That's part of the fun. So if you miss it, don't feel too bad. You can come back tomorrow and we'll probably run some more. We're no shortage of giveaways. No shortage of giveaways. Ooh, top of the screen today. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Full screen view. Let's see. 45 seconds left. I try not to call it out because so many people get stopped out so early. All right, we got Wolf down on the bottom as the Trump duck. We got the king-looking duck, a vampire duck, Angela C up front. The naked duck, Yassine, he's always up front. Wolf holding strong down on the bottom, brother. I don't know. Eddie S coming out of nowhere, taking the lead. Alan A. Alan, what is that, like a train conductor duck? I don't know. All right, we got the Snowman Duck, Nirmal S, Kai up top, Dominic M, Samuel R, Stuart G, Yassine getting stopped out, Kim on the bottom making a run for it, Kai looking strong, Wolf making a run for it on the bottom. Oh, we got a repeat. Wolf, where are you at, my man? What, for those that don't know, there you go. Wolf with the win, the number 2. Wolf has been on these live streams since the beginning. Now you just have reserve. Accounts, Wolf. Wolf already won 2. I hooked him up. I told him I was going to give him 2. But he won again. Fair. Listen, somebody said rigged, 100%. Listen, Wolf has been here on every single one of these guys, and people had won like multiple times. As you can see, there's not that many people, right? I have it. All right. Okay, come on. It's not that many people. You have a really good chance of win. Wolf didn't win over and over and over again. There was even some that had like not a lot of people in them. And he insisted that I was out to get him. But this way, just so you know, guys, shuffle characters maybe. Just so you know, I'm not out to get you guys. This is random. Wolf, W's in the chat, my man. Well done. Well done. Happy to hear you got another one. You got a good shot, man. I don't know. You better trade him slow and steady, but you will now have, I know you're trading 1. Now you will have 2. You have 2 on backup. 50K, Ignite automatic funded. All right, guys. Plot twist, we're going to run it again. I've been running multiple on the stream. You guys are awesome. The streams are growing. We're getting more and more people. I'm going to try to do more and more and more without just making them 1,000 duck races. So I'll probably start thinking of something else on this coming up pretty soon. But this is going to be for, I've been running the 25K Elite Challenge accounts as well. This is going to be for the small challenge account from Top 1 Futures. And a lot of these are coming from me, not to confuse anybody. But remember, I have to reach out to people after these. Just a quick disclaimer on the whole scamming thing. I will never ask you for money, okay? I'll never ask you for anything of money or crypto. I don't have anything paid. All my stuff is free 99. Free Discord, free live streaming, free everything, all my videos. I don't have a paid community secretly that I'm hiding from you guys that I want to manage your money and you just have to invest in a crypto shitcoin. Like, be smart, please, okay? I'm never going to hit you up for anything like that and encourage you to do some weird copy trading thing for me and just give me crypto, right? None of that. I have to hit people up after these, so I wanted to designate, like, I'm going to try to get you, usually through an email, but especially on Discord. They're prevalent on Discord. I will not friend request you or DM you out of nowhere on Discord first. Definitely not, okay? Be smart. Look at my username. Look at everything. It's Real Deal Zach on all the socials, Instagram, X, YouTube here is Real Deal Futures. I'm not on TikTok. I'm not on LinkedIn. I'm not on Facebook. But on Discord specifically, because I run a free community, I constantly have people send it to me. It's hella annoying. I run it through WAP, so I try to get people's emails and filter it. But I'm never asking you for money, okay? It's not happening. I'm not asking you for crypto. I'm not asking to manage your money. All that shit's a scam, okay? Please, please. But I felt it yesterday because I had to hit a lot of people up, and I was trying to message people. And I'm not asking you for money. I'm trying to send you money, which is also kind of like, you know, could be a scam. But just be smart. And if you ever have any kind of inclination at all, come in the main Discord and tag me, or you shoot me a message on another platform and say, is this me, right? The same way when someone sends you a message or whatever it is, oh, your bank account, you don't answer that message, right? You call the number on your card or you go to the bank. Do the same thing, right? With me and anybody else for that matter. But it's super frustrating when people are having conversations with scammers, so I have to say it. All right, round 2, 25K Elite Challenge account from Top 1 Futures. Here we go. Good luck, everybody. Best of luck to you. First race was for the instant funded account. It was for Ignite 50K automatic funded account. If you guys are missing out, usually I'm giving away instant funded accounts and I'm giving away challenge accounts every day, multiple. Yesterday we did 4. All right. This is going to be, it's probably going to be, we'll see. I'm not going to say anything crazy. Congrats. Rigged. Yeah, I think, I think you must not be here long enough to watch Wolf complain over and over and over again and say it's rigged. But yeah, this is, if I was rigged, I'd be doing a really bad job of rigging it. Let's see. Here every day. Andrew's here every day. He's got to win. He's got to win one. We'll see. My chicken clearly drowned. I won twice. Wolf was here before me. Wolf, my hero. Let's see. Gladiator Ducks. Yeah, there's a marble race. We'll change it up. Neo, I'm sure you're here, man. Neo recommended the marble race. He really wants that. We'll do that. Let's see. 30 seconds to go. It's calling out. Oh, XOBY up front. He was chatting today. Iconic P. He hit a stop loss. Alan, I saw you down on the bottom. You hit a stop loss too. Sharita R. Carlos C. JB. Ebad J. Let's see. Scott C. This is an early lead, brother. I don't know. Dwayne W. behind. YouTube. I don't know what name that was supposed to be. Albert M. Scott C. with the early lead. Can he hold on to it? Oh, stop loss for Scott. Saboom P. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. We got a W. We got a W in the chat. Hang on. Let me see who this is. Subam P, the number 56 striped pink duck. I don't know who this one is, and I'm sorry I can't pronounce anyone's name, but if you're in the chat, you have to be in the chat. Let me know. Claim this win. All right. Hang on. That's the wrong one. There we go. Okay. Chill out. Where are you at? It is Fans for Godlike. Fans for Godlike on YouTube. Let's see. Let me turn it off so you can chat. Hang on one second. Are you here, winner of the duck race? Oh, there they are. Hold on one second. Hold on. Is that the right person? Let me see. In the chat. There you go. Congrats, my brother. Congrats. Where's your channel? Brother, why here? I gotta ask now because I'm getting a lot of people that's trying to scam it. I see it. I get a lot of people that try to scam it. You gave me a whole bunch of different names. You gave me oh no, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong one. You're here. There you are. Sorry. Don't mean to make anybody nervous. Congrats. You got the W. I'll be reaching out to you after the sorry guys. Sorry. I see it. I was looking at somebody else's name that was really similar and I'm like, that's close, but that's not the right person. If you try to run the game on me, I'm going to find out after the fact anyway. But in the case where someone's not here, I try to run more. There we go. We got the W's. Congrats to Wolf winning a second time overall. He now has 3 accounts. Congrats to, I don't know how to say your name. I'm so sorry. Subham P. SP, congrats. You got an Elite Challenge account. Guys, that's all we're going to run today as far as giveaways go. No trade on the day so far. We're getting a nice buy off of VWAP play out here. Really close to a beautiful entry for me. But close don't get you paid. Unless you hit the buy and sell button, nothing happens on that P&L. And this was a cool, let's say, 6 to 10 points away from my entry area. Just didn't get it today. I don't know if I'm going to get anything later into the day. Maybe we get some swing trading going on YM. I'll have to see. But guys, remember, I'm here live every day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Feel free, like, subscribe. You can do whatever you want to do. You don't have to do anything. I also run a 100% free trading community. I give you guys heads up when we're running giveaways, but not only that, more so than that. Sometimes I don't, by the way. We have over 2,000 members in a 100% free trading Discord, an actually free one, not a VIP feeder program where I say, come into the free Discord and then you have to give me money to, figure something else out, which is cool. I think a lot of people have value they want to charge for, but I like to run my stuff this way. Quick disclaimer. Happy to have you in there. Quick disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't provide financial advice. Nothing I say or do is a suggestion or recommendation to do anything. I'm just an idiot here yapping on YouTube, X, and Kick now. For entertainment purposes only, make sure you do your own research, make your own decisions. Trading's risky. Most traders do lose money. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even if funded prop from accounts, and the affiliate and partnership disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content, like Top 1 Futures, code RDF, Bookmap, and others. This one right here. If you want to check it out, guys, before we go, these are the 2 deals that are running right now from Top 1, my preferred prop firm. Go ahead, get yourself funded. You don't have to waste time in evals or challenges, YOLOing accounts like an absolute animal. You got 2 extremes here. You got the really low-cost accounts, $25K for only $89, $50K for only $149. You can copy trade up to 6 of these bad boys. Or you want to get yourself into my preferred account type, here it is, the instant funded accounts. Appreciate you guys hopping on. Thanks for being here. Hope to see you in Discord. Hope to see you tomorrow. Congrats to the winners of the duck races. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys. Talk to y'all soon. Chat, you guys are awesome, man. We'll get your awesome. I'm going to reach out to you. I'm going to reach out to you after Subham through email. Check your email. Or you can hop in the Discord. I'll catch you in Discord. 2-hour stream today. Yeah, man, we ran it. Appreciate you guys. Thanks. Have a good one. Thank you. You guys are awesome, man. Hella hearts and emojis. Congrats. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for being here. I appreciate everybody that hops on. Trade well the rest of this week. Trade safe. Structure your risk. Wish you guys the best. Hope you end green. Talk to you soon.